It just so happens that more people watch our videos without a subscription than with it. Let's fix it. Subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you won't miss anything interesting about the Star Wars universe, and we will be very pleased by this. Your subscription is the best support for us. Thank you all in advance. Finally, Star Wars came to life, and at least some news about upcoming projects began to appear. And today, we will talk about Acolyte, a series about the Sith in the High Republic about 100 years before the events of the first episode. There is a lot of interesting information from trusted insiders about the release date, the plot, and the quality of the series. I tried to collect all the most important things for you so that after watching this video, you would be aware of what is happening. I will ask you to do just one simple action: subscribe to the channel and like the video. According to the Best Insider portal on Star Wars Bespin Bulletin, Lucasfilm has decided on a release date for Acolyte. The series is planned to be released this summer, approximately in mid-July or late August, but it is possible that it may be postponed to early September. Thus, Acolyte will be the next big Star Wars series after the third episode of The Bad Batch. In addition, according to Daniel Rickman's insiders, the first trailer for the series is already fully ready and is waiting in the wings somewhere in the Lucasfilm archives. And this is not the same trailer that was shown at the closed screening of Celebration 2023. However, Lucasfilm plans to release it only when the defective batch is over. Considering that Acolyte is due to be released in the summer, you should not wait for the trailer before the end of May or the beginning of June. The same goes for the first trailer for the Skeleton Crew series. It is also ready, but as I understand it, Lucasfilm does not understand at all what they should do with this project. Its production was completed long ago and the release was supposed to take place over the past Christmas holidays, but the company decided to postpone the project indefinitely, no later than 2024. Apparently, there are still some problems with the Skeleton Crew, but back to the Acolyte. In addition to the release date, the first plot details appeared. The synopsis of the series sounded like this: Star Wars Acolyte is a mystical thriller that takes viewers into a world of dark secrets and emerging forces of the dark side in the last days of the High Republic. The former Padawan reunites with his Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they face turn out to be more sinister than they ever imagined. But as insiders say, the first episode will begin with showing a simple village somewhere on a forest planet. This settlement is constantly being attacked by looters and civilians cannot stand up for themselves in any way. Judging by the description, the Marauders resemble the Nihils, who at the time were the main threat in the galaxy, and they are well revealed in books on the High Republic as well as mentioned in the game Jedi Survivor. But one day, the Jedi become guests of the village who arrive at the core of the Force, coming from a small child who turned out to be sensitive to the Force. The Jedi make a deal with the residents. They take the child to Coruscant to train him, but in return they will take the village under their protection and send an army to arrest looters and protect civilians. A lot of time has passed, and the Jedi, for some political reason, did not fulfill their part of the deal and did not send an army, which makes the next Marauder attack on the village the last. They burn down the settlement and kill its inhabitants, and only one little girl remains alive. It turns out that she is also sensitive to the Force, but for some reason, the Jedi did not recognize her. Since such a horror happened in front of the girl's eyes, she began to blame the Jedi for everything, who never came to help, and set herself the main goal to take revenge at any cost. But all this time, the village was being watched by a mysterious stranger dressed in all black who was known as a hermit, like Obi-Wan was in the fourth episode. This very hermit takes the girl under his wing. As it turned out, he is not just a lonely stranger, he is a follower of an alternative doctrine, a follower of the dark side of the Force. But who is really hiding behind the guise of a stranger? Write in the comments who you think they might be. Taking advantage of the girl's mental trauma, the stranger begins to teach her the wisdom of the dark side so that she can use new skills in her revenge on the Jedi. And many years later, when she grows up and becomes a powerful Force user, she will stand up to the Jedi and she will be opposed by a Jedi Master and his Padawan, the same child from her village who was taken away. In the end, the main enemies in the series will be people from the same village raised in different ways. That's such an interesting plot of the series. And although the plot tells us about the dark side of the Force, insiders claim that there will be no Sith in Acolyte. At that time, they were in the shadows waiting for the right moment. The mysterious stranger from the series is more like a pagan who is not a Sith, but at the same time has the skills of the dark side. He learned everything by himself using ancient texts and holocrons. It is rumored that on one of these holocrons, he will be able to see a hologram of Revan himself. Lucasfilm is going to reveal the followers of the dark side in a new way, showing that not all of them are absolute villains, but the Jedi in the series act as antagonists serving a rotten and corrupt republic. As for the quality of the Acolyte series, everything is very interesting here. As insiders say, Lucasfilm has invested an incredible amount of effort, time and money into the project. It differs from all previous series shot on a small budget in pavilions with green screens. Those shots that the insiders saw look very expensive. The script, the directing and the staging of each individual frame are done very efficiently. This is the case when we have a dubious director and not quite famous actors, but in general the project turns out to be worthy and not like the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Acolyte was filmed in Scotland and Western Europe. Most of the scenes of the series are set on location without the use of green screens, but Lucasfilm still developed advanced graphics for Acolyte. In short, the series promises to be successful in all aspects, and although we know what views director Leslie Headland holds and what the series can be filled with, I'm still really looking forward to Acolyte and giving it a great chance of success, although I treat it rather cautiously. The rise of the Republic is an interesting era, and if you've read books about it, you know that a lot of interesting and crucial things were happening in the Star Wars universe at the time. If Lucasfilm really invested so well in the Acolyte series and made it with due respect, then the project promises to be good. We'll see. Personally, I really want Acolyte to immerse the viewer in the culture of the Sith, just as the legendary games from the Knights of the Old Republic series did and as the Darth Bane book series did. I want Acolyte to expand the history of the Sith and reveal new aspects of the dark side. And I really don't want it to turn out to be a dummy using the theme of the dark side solely to attract attention. Let me remind you that Acolyte is scheduled to be released in the summer of 2024, that is, in a few months. Be sure to subscribe to the channel because we always share Star Wars news with you and just try to please you with interesting videos. But that's all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. See you very soon. May the Force be with you.